lightsabers. Just the mention of the word brings up images of noble knights and evil Sith. But we all, or at least I, have always wanted to make one of my own. Of course, I started out buying the cheap plastic ones from the store. And then I realized there was more. There were actually companies out there who made them for real. And it started off as an Ultra Sabers. Yes, I know a lot of people give Ultra Sabers a bad name, but I like the fact that they're readily available and they can get people into the hobby. They can strike people's passions. And they may be a little bit larger than normal, but they're still beautiful. And for the price, you can even get one installed with light. And then today, I got my one replicas. And this is a completely different way of making a lightsaber. This one is made to be a stunt saber. You can install it, you can fight with it, you can beat the snot out of it, and you're not going to hurt it. And it's inexpensive. Well, then you get to the higher end, like my Mark I from Sabers-Props. This thing is hundreds of dollars, and I have yet to install it. But I wanted something different. I wanted to use my creativity and make my own saber from scratch. So I started off making ones, putting dowels in the middle and painting them so they look like a lightsaber. My brother used to call my first saber my ding dong saber because it has a doorbell on it. Something just to make it look like a button. Over the years, I've gotten better. I can actually make them out of hardware store parts and make them look really close to what you would expect a true lightsaber to be. And this one's heavy. It's all metal. But it can't be installed. It's solid. And then I made this one. And I fell in love with the design of this one. Something just called to me. It reminds me of Obi-Wan's. It has the same general appeal, feel to it. But I wanted to make something I didn't want to make a copy of Obi-Wan's. Everybody knows that that's Obi-Wan's. So I made my attempt at making one that would be mine. Something that I would see if I lived in the Star Wars universe that I could make and enjoy and carry. And the more I held this and the more I looked at it, the more I fell in love with just the overall feel, design, presentation, everything about it. But it had a major flaw. It's solid. It's like the original Obi-Wan saber. It has a steel rod that goes all the way down the middle. Matter of fact, it's got a steel threaded rod. So I can't install it. But it holds it in and makes it tough. I could carry this on my belt to as many cons as I wanted to, and I know it ain't gonna fall apart. After holding this for, I don't know, I had it probably a month, month and a half, 2 months. I started wishing that I could push the button and it would light up and have sound, and I could fit a blade and do everything that you would have to do and make it a functional lightsaber. So that's what I've decided to do. I'm gonna take parts that you get at the local hardware store, and that's not everything, but a bunch of other stuff's gonna go with it. And I'm gonna make a saber, and it's gonna light up, and it's gonna have sound, and it's gonna have all the stuff that you would expect that you could go to Ultra Sabers or Roman Props or Corbanth and get one that's already pre-done. But I'm a glutton for punishment. I want to do it myself. So that's what this journey is going to be. I'm going to slowly put together a saber, and I'll keep you guys filled in. But my overall goal is it's going to be made out of just what you have to get at, sorry about that, just what you can find at a hardware store. I'm not going to use any MHS parts. I'm not going to use any pre-threaded, pre-drilled, pre-made emitters or pommels. It's all going to be made from scratch. I mean, I got this one, I like it, but I don't think that sync knob calls to me for this build. But you never know. It may grow on me. So I hope you follow me. I hope you keep up, and in the near future, I hope I have something that I can show you and be proud of. And once I have the hilt designed, or once I have it all figured out, then I'll look into getting the electronics and installing it. And hopefully you and I can enjoy hearing it fire up for the first time. And it's not difficult. All I have is basic hand tools. I don't have a shop. I don't have milling machines. I don't have a lathe. I don't even have a drill press. I have a hand drill and files and X-Acto blades and hacksaws and sandpaper. So we'll see what I can come up with. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to thank everybody who's going to follow me, and we're going to keep this thing going.